Okay, so I think you've got the header pretty much looking pretty good. It'll probably be a video in the background here. I want to get this font type. The typography is really important here because this is the first thing that people see, and if it doesn't get their attention, they're not going to look on the rest of the page. So that's crucial. Add those icons for Play Store and iOS. Now, if you noticed, every fold for each new section on the site is slanted one way or the other. Nothing will be straight. I prefer more of an abstract approach to the semantics of the website. Now, this right here will be animated. Like it'll come across. It'll say discover, and then that'll go away, and it'll say greatness. That'll go away, and then it'll show the Contractor Plus logo or the app icon. Then that'll go away, and then the play button will appear, and this whole section here, at least on mobile, will be a video. So when I click play, the video will actually be framed straight here, but the folds will be overlapping it to make it fit into the framework of the website. Now on a desktop, it may not be as simple to do that, so we may have to just put a square video like you have it designed currently, but on mobile we can definitely do this. This right here, you have to overlook, I had to go to different pages. This typography is really important too, because it's the second thing that people are going to see after the header. This is everything that the app really does in a nutshell, and what we're going to do here is each line, it starts big and it gets smaller and smaller each line, and then the word grow, as I scroll down on the page, that word right there is going to get bigger, and it's going to get smaller when I scroll back up. And then under this will be the typing animation right here, and it'll delete a word and then type the next word. And then you can see here that slanted line, it's going down, it's not straight. And then this illustration here will simply be an example estimate. It's a couple different pages, we'll just overlap them in the illustration, and I already have examples I can send you to use for this. And it'll actually start here, and as I scroll down on the page, it will scroll up. So as I'm scrolling down, it'll come up from below that fold. So it'll actually be down here, and it'll come up behind this fold right here. And then probably elements on that illustration will load one at a time as part of the animation. And then the second section, this right here will just be illustrated versions. We can't use the actual logos, but we use illustrated versions of the logos of the 8 or so payment facilitators that we use, and I can send you each of those names, and it'll show one at a time, and then it'll scroll up and it'll show another one, then it'll scroll up and it'll show another one. So I just need each of these logos illustrated. And then this right here is my favorite illustration, but it's also the one that's going to take the most time. You can see this fold, everything's at a slant, different directions. Now, the store logos, illustrated versions of the store logos, maybe you'll want to Google search like Home Depot storefront or Lowe's storefront, so you can get an idea of what these storefronts actually look like. And my idea is to just we have 10 different stores that we use, so my idea is to take like 12 stores, put a blank store in the beginning and a blank one at the end, and then just put the stores right next to each other. So it just looks like the storefronts with the logos above the doors on the front of the buildings, right next to each other. Now this illustration is going to be long. It's going to be all the way out here because it's going to scroll real slowly this way off the page. It'll probably be more like that. I don't know. We just got to make it fit right and look right, but it's going to come in from behind the fold. And once it reaches over here to the last, to the 12th store, then it'll stop and it'll start slowly going back the other way. And that'll just be an endless animation that never stops, back and forth, back and forth. Employee time clock and mileage log. So this will just be a phone outline. You can take like an iPhone or an Android phone, it doesn't matter. Probably the latest iPhone would work fine. and it'll scroll up and it'll have our screen of the time clock on there. And I will send you that screen as well, so you can just put that screen on the phone. And then that will work the same way. As you scroll down, the phone will come up from behind the fold, and as I scroll down, it'll go back down behind the fold. Or actually, okay, as I scroll up, it'll go back down, and as I scroll down, it'll go up, and then it'll load, of course. And then, so the next section, this will be like a tablet screen because our app is for phones and tablets. Or we can just use another phone screen, whatever looks best. And this will have the job schedule screen on it. So I can send you a screen of what that looks like as well. So we can add that to and the same concept there. Pretty simple. It just comes up from behind the fold. Now, the post inspections. Now, this will just be a report, and I have an example report I'll send you for that, and maybe we can just layer the pages again the other way. So it looks like it's a few pages long. I'll send you that here in a minute. RFID tool tags. I have an illustration that's similar, which is on the intro screen of our app, of what I'm looking for here. But the idea is to just show how each of these tools have a tag on it. It's a little RFID sticker. It has a chip on it, and it'll show that it's transmitting. So that's the goal with that illustration. That'll just be an endless looping animation. The QuickBooks sync, I have an illustration that looks similar to this as well. My idea is just to have it animate in and then disappear, and then animate in and disappear from the base to the tip of the syncing arrows, or whatever looks good. But it's just an endless, really all we need is a basic illustration here of Contractor Plus app icon and the QuickBooks logo. And then fully branded PDF reports and emails. We'll just layer all three types of reports that we have, and I'll send you those examples that you're using them above anyway. We'll just layer them here, 1, 2, 3, and we'll use that for that section. And then the next section, the choice is clear. This will just be a comparison chart that compares Contractor Plus to Jobber and Joist.